Hi, this is Susan Donovan, and this is going to be a short video about how to download data from your gradebook in Blackboard and how to use that data in order to edit multiple student grades at once and add columns and batch. Because sometimes you might want to add more than one column at a time to Blackboard. So right now I'm in the Blackboard sandbox because that way I won't accidentally record some of my students' names or grades. And you want to go to the Grade Center and click on the full Grade Center down here. So there aren't any students in this file, but we can still work with that. Let's begin by going to this work offline and downloading the existing data. And we'll download it as comma separated to my computer. I find that comma separated works a little bit better. And we'll be given a download link. And then we can go ahead and click on the CSV file. And whether you're on a Mac or PC, that will open up in your spreadsheet. So you see we don't have any rows because there are no students in this, but we can still add a column. So we'll go over to the last column, which is total points, and we'll hit tab. And as I'm doing this, I'm adding new columns. We'll call this column 1 and column 2 and column 3. And if this was an actual Blackboard file, you would see the names of all of your students, and you would be able to make changes to their grades in existing columns and also add all of the grades in any new columns that you choose to add. Now, you can name your columns whatever you like. There's no need to attempt to put in an ID number or follow the format that's shown for previous columns. It will take care of that once you upload it. So the next step that we want to do is to export this as a CSV file. And we'll go ahead and export it. And we'll call it test2. I believe I did one other test today, and we'll export it into the documents folder. So switching back to Blackboard now, we're going to go back to our full grade center. And once again, we go to work offline, and this time we select upload. And we'll be able to see that we'll be able to add those 3 columns all at once. So we made our file as comma separated, and we'll go on our computer and look in the documents and find test2.csv and open it, and then submit to upload. Now on this next screen, you'll see whether or not your formatting was successful or not. And you can see that I've added 3 columns, add column, add column, add column, and our 2 existing columns are still the same. So we'll go ahead and submit this. Now we have 3 new columns. Now these columns have no information in them. If I were to go to edit column information, you'd see that there's no number of points, there's absolutely no information. So how can we quickly change some of that? Let's look at column organization. Under column organization, we'll be able to assign categories to our columns. So let's assign column 1 and column 2. Let's change their category. Let's say those were both tests, and now they say test. And column 3, let's say that that is, let's say that that's an assignment. And then we need to hit submit to save these changes. And now our columns are grouped into categories, and those categories are used for weighted grading. So if you want homework to be 10% of your grade, you can tag each homework assignment as homework. If you want tests to be 60% of your grade, you tag all of the tests and so forth. We do still want to go in and edit the column information though. So this column, it's out of 0 points. That means that it won't affect the grade. Let's make it out of 100 points. It's assigned to the category test. You can put comments and get very fancy with this, but really the most important thing is that you have your points possible marked and that you decide if you want to include this in your grade center calculations or not, and if you want it to be visible to students. And so once you've done that, you will have added bulk columns to your gradebook very quickly. And that's all. Thanks for joining me, and we will sign out now.